Hello and welcome to Microsoft MTA Security Fundamentals. This is lecture number 3. When it comes to information security, you ought to ask yourself 3 things. What are you trying to protect? Why does it need to be protected? And what or who are you protecting it from? Because until you can answer these questions, you could be wasting time and money. There are many acronyms related to information security. Often the first one is this: CIA, or confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality is the characteristic of a resource that ensures access is restricted only to permitted users, to permitted applications, or to other permitted systems. Confidentiality deals with keeping information, networks, and systems secure from unauthorized access. There are several technologies that support confidentiality in an enterprise security implementation. They are strong encryption, where data is encrypted between the source and destination, and people with the correct key can unencrypt or decrypt the data. Strong authentication. There are many ways of providing authentication, such as passwords, biometric devices, security tokens, etc. And stringent access controls, such as access control lists. How do you determine if something is actually confidential? One way is to classify data. The military have been classifying data for many decades now, and they use certain types of classification such as unclassified, restricted, secret, or even top secret. However, there are some more business-friendly classifications available, such as internal use only, public, confidential, or strictly confidential. When data is generated, it can be given one of these classifications, and that would largely dictate the audience to which it's made available. Integrity is the second of the core security principles. Integrity is defined as the consistency, the accuracy, and the validity of data or information. Integrity seeks to ensure that data is protected against any unauthorized or accidental changes. There are several technologies that can help us to provide integrity. Again, like confidentiality, they are strong encryption, strong authentication, and stringent access controls. The third of the core security principles is availability. Availability describes a resource being accessible to a user or to an application or another system when it's required. In other words, availability means that when a user or another system or an application needs to get information, he, she, or it has the ability to do so. Typical threats to availability are accidental and deliberate. Accidental threats will include things like fire, flood, earthquakes, power outages, storms, hurricanes, etc., and the good old-fashioned failure of equipment. On the other hand, deliberate threats would include denial of service attacks, malicious damage, which is often caused by internal staff rather than coming from an external source, virus attacks, and hackers or crackers attempting to gain access to your systems and data. There are many technologies that support availability. I've included some of them here, but this is in no way an exhaustive list. Having a business recovery or disaster recovery site is helpful. Probably more important is to have a business recovery or disaster recovery plans, and to test those plans periodically to make sure they're fit for purpose. Having redundant hardware, for example, dual power supplies. Employing RAID, which is a technology specifically to protect against disk failure. Using advanced techniques such as clustering, where multiple servers are clustered together to form a logical server. Replication of data, such as SQL or Oracle databases. And using data backups, backing your data up regularly and testing those backups to make sure they actually work. In summary, this lecture has looked at the three core principles of information security: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And we've looked at some techniques which we can use to uphold these core principles. Thanks for watching.